You know, I was just thinking the other day, I haven't taken my Nikon D750 out for a run for a while. So I'm just putting together some gear for a sunrise shoot tomorrow morning at the beach. 2025, I mean, man, where has that time gone? It just feels like yesterday that I bought this camera back in 2017. Here it is, it's still with me and it's still an awesome camera. For those new to my channel, let me catch you up on how I came about buying this D750. While I was in Japan in 2017 for the cherry blossom season, I met with an unfortunate accident and my then Nikon D800 went for a swim in a stream near Mount Fuji. Now at that time, I didn't have a backup camera body, so I was left for the rest of my trip unable to do any photography. So I was left with the last part of my trip wandering around Tokyo like Luke Skywalker without his lightsaber, missing all these incredible opportunities to take great photos. Yeah, lesson learned the hard way, but from there on in, I started traveling with two camera bodies, just in case something happened to one of them. I initially bought a Nikon D810 to replace the Nikon D800, but didn't want to spend too much more money on another backup body. So I opted for the Nikon D750. And let me tell you, I'm so glad I bought the Nikon D750 because at the time, I didn't even really know what this camera was capable of. Turns out it was brilliant in low light. The image quality and dynamic range in stills and video was just superb. And it was the first Nikon DSLR to give us the tilty screen. It also had two SD card slots, which was something else I was also looking for in a new camera. I later sold my Nikon D810 and I upgraded to the Nikon D850, but I kept this Nikon D750 because it was just so good. It just kept performing, giving me the results I really needed. I took this D750 to different parts of the world, including Iceland, the Scottish Highlands, New Zealand, and more recently, Tasmania here in Australia. Having both the Nikon D750 and D850 cameras as a travel combo, wow, I just can't say how wonderful it is. Both of those cameras give me such beautiful image quality and they're both a joy to use. Recently, I used the Nikon D750 to photograph my wife's health and well-being ebooks. Being able to use the D750 in conjunction with my two SB700 flashes in commander mode is an extra bonus for portraits and food shots. It keeps the costs of gear down, and yet I can achieve these images you see on your screen now. As a landscape and wildlife camera, the D750 has made the journey with me to some great locations. Now granted, it doesn't have the same blistering fast frame rates and focusing capability as some of the modern mirrorless cameras. But I guess when it comes to your skill level as a photographer, you can always come home with some images you're proud of. It's just a matter of good planning, time, and patience, I think, when it comes to landscape and wildlife, no matter what camera you're using. The dynamic range in this camera really does freak me out sometimes. I mean, I've shot things practically in the dark. It's a brilliant camera for astro, but you know, when I'm doing wildlife, You know, sometimes birds or whatever I'm shooting out there, they can be a little dark. I mean, look at this shot, for example. I'm shooting into a nest of a kookaburra. And when I raised up the blacks, look at that. Inside this nest was a baby kookaburra. I get a lot of comments on my YouTube channel, and I appreciate people taking the time to watch my channel and commenting on all my videos. But a lot of people seem to keep trying to tell me to upgrade my Nikon D750. Now, whether it was the D780, Z6, Z6 II, or even the Z6 III, I completely understand their points of view. But at the end of the day, I always give them the same simple answer. The Nikon D750 is still doing the job I need it to do. So if you've got a camera that makes you smile, then why get rid of it? This is the thing. We're in a society nowadays where if something is broken or it's older, well, we've got to replace it with something new. I remember the days when, you used to have a VHS machine, and if it was broken, you would take it to get fixed. Nowadays, if something goes wrong, you just throw it away, and it's just such a shame. It's kind of sad, really. When you've got something that still works, that does a great job, where's the logic in getting rid of it? Anyway, it's getting late. I better finish up getting this gear ready. I think tomorrow morning's sunrise is at about 5:30 in the morning. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Actually, if you still own a Nikon D750 in 2025, I'd love to know your experiences with it, whether it's good or bad. Let me know in the comments below. Never stop creating. I'll see you next time.